Hi, I'm Wendela Whitcomb Marsh. You can call me Wendy. In this, the last part of the control series, part 5, the good news, we're talking about how you can help yourself using self-management strategies. There are 7 steps for self-management. These 7 strategies are summarized from Chapter 10, Self-Management, in Independent Living While Autistic, Your Roadmap to Success. It's the first book in my Adulting While Autistic book series. Step 1, decide. You are the only one who can decide if you want to embark on a self-management plan. It's right there in the name, self-management. If the things you've been doing to try to be the master of your own actions have not been working for you, it may be time to decide to implement a self-management program. But only you can make that call. Step 2, define. Define exactly what behavior you want to change. Make it specific and measurable. Goals like do better or increase self-control are vague and not measurable. How would it look to you if you were doing better at self-control? Maybe your definition of a behavior to change would be something like yelling at my friends, or arguing with family, or blowing up at my boss. These are good things for you to learn how to stop doing. And make it specific enough so you'll know if you achieved it or not. Step 3, set your goals. Decide for yourself what goals you want to set. Maybe you want to hang out with your friends after work without yelling at anyone 90% of the time. That means out of 10 times of hanging out, you might yell at someone on 1 occasion. If your goal is to attend a family reunion without arguing 75% of the time, that means out of 4 gatherings, you would only argue on 1 of the occasions. If you have a goal not to blow up at your boss, you might want to aim at 100%. Your job could be on the line. The importance of the goal and the possible consequence if you fail to achieve it mean you will need to choose and implement strategies carefully and put a lot of attention and intention on it. Step 4, self-monitor. Keep track of how you're doing. You can do this on your phone calendar or make a chart for yourself, whatever works best for you. For each opportunity, such as hanging out with friends, a family gathering, or a meeting with your boss, make a note of whether or not you met your goal that time. Step 5, choose your strategies. Strategy 1, set the stage. This is also called antecedent manipulation. It just means things you can do before the situation you're monitoring. For example, if you often yell at your friends when you hang out with them in crowded, noisy bars, consider asking them to bring drinks over to your house so you can hang out in peace and quiet. If it's not the environment but the company that sets you off, for instance, if you only yell at one particular friend, well, maybe you don't want to hang out with that person so much. If it's the presence of alcohol that leads to you losing your temper, consider activities that don't require drinking, like going to the movies or playing a sport. Whatever you can set up in advance to try to avoid the things that lead to you losing it, the better your chances of success. If you're going to a family gathering and you know if you sit next to your racist uncle, you will end up in a loud argument, then stay away from that uncle. It's not like either one of you will ever change each other's beliefs. Ask the host if you can be seated far away from him. If he starts talking about things you can't abide, excuse yourself. Spend a few minutes in another room to regroup. After dinner, if the family divides up into TV watchers, kitchen helpers, and front porch sitters, join the group where you're least likely to be triggered. If you need to leave early, listen to yourself and your own needs and go when you need to go. Now, if you have an appointment with your boss to talk about your performance, prepare yourself mentally. Be alone for some time so you can stretch, take deep breaths, and do whatever helps you keep calm. If possible, ask for an agenda of talking points in advance so you can be prepared to calmly either accept or refute them. If you think it's going to be contentious, ask for an advocate to be with you. When it's your turn to talk, first pause. Take a couple of breaths so you can reply without sounding angry. It's okay to say, "May I have a moment to gather my thoughts before I respond?" You can do this. Strategy 2, reinforcement. We all work best when we're rewarded or reinforced. People don't usually work for nothing. A paycheck is highly reinforcing for people to show up to work. So how can you reward yourself for meeting your goals? If you're saving money for something special, putting a few extra dollars in the money jar after hanging out with friends without yelling is a good idea. After a family reunion with no arguing, consider buying yourself a special snack or beverage. After a performance review with your boss where you maintained your control, you might want to buy yourself a book or a collectible you've had your eye on. Make it something meaningful to you, but not something that will break the bank when you earn it. Decide in advance how you're going to reinforce yourself, so you'll have something to look forward to. Strategy 3, social support. We all need people. If there are people in your life who are on your side, people you trust, let them help you. You might ask a buddy to give you a signal if you're drinking too much or getting too loud in the bar before it escalates to yelling. You might ask your grandmother or a cousin to run interference between you and your racist uncle by changing the subject before it gets out of hand. A union representative or disability advocate can stand by you in your meeting with your boss and help keep the meeting on an even keel. Let people help you. It's not a sign of weakness to ask for help. That's what community is all about. And you'd do the same for them, wouldn't you? Step 6, evaluate change. After you've been monitoring your goals for a while, look back on where you are. Over the last few months, how often did you yell at your friends compared to the number of times you got together without yelling? How many times did you argue with your uncle, and how many times did you avoid that argument? Did you blow up at your boss during your performance review or not? If you met your goals, what helped you? Sometimes just keeping track is enough for us to change our behavior. Maybe one of the strategies worked for you. If something works, keep doing it. If you don't see a positive change in your behavior, consider why that may be. Was the goal unreasonable? Do you need to try a different strategy or use something better as a reinforcement? Have you been cheating and giving yourself the reward even if you didn't meet the goal? When you find out what went wrong, you can fix it. If you don't know what went wrong, try a different strategy. Step 7, maintain. Eventually, you'll be at the point where you are successfully meeting your goal. You want to continue to maintain this over time. Maybe your new in-control behavior is natural to you now, and you don't need to do anything else. If so, you might stop using your strategies and then see if your success continues. Or maybe your strategies are working, so you don't want to stop. That's okay too. You're the boss here. You are the one to decide on your own goals, strategies, and reinforcement, as well as how long you'll continue that self-management program. Help yourself stay out of trouble by learning about what triggers your own out-of-control behavior and putting in the hard work to make changes. You can keep yourself safe and out of trouble. Find your team, your personal combination of family, friends, and professionals who will have your back and help you. It won't be quick or easy, but it will be important, and you're worth it.